I'm sorry.
It's locked.
Primitive, but forceful, as sporting portraits go.
Mr. Reuben Hayes?
How do you know my name? It's printed over the door.
We were looking for some refreshment.
Were you?
And would be obliged if you could furnish it.
Would you?
We would.
You best ask woman.
Insufferable lout. If we're going all the way to Holderness Hall this afternoon, let us try to hire those unprepossessing beasts. What do you say?
How far are you taking them? Just to the hall and back. You know the way, I dare say. I worked there for 15 years. Yeah, you can take them.
My word, Mr. Hayes, you have injured yourself.
It's not.
I am a doctor, sir, and I assure you it is. You should have it attended. How did you come by it?
One of my dogs did it.
Those scratches.
What about them?
Well, to judge at a glance, they were that far apart. What animal would make such a scratch?
Probably a descendant of Champion Jack.
Cockfighting is forbidden by law and has been for 50 years.
Many things are forbidden by law. What law is there in such places as these?
Ah, excellent, Mrs. Hayes. Thank you. What have you cooked for me?
White pudding, sweets, and next.
How is it, Watson?
It is disgusting, Holmes.
That woman. She's frightened of something. And more than that husband of hers. Deception upon deception. What is it intended to hide?
Deception?
Ah, Watson. My horse is lame. That's odd. Old shoes, new nails.
Gentlemen, His Grace will see you now.
Ah, Mr. Wilder.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, welcome to Holderness Hall. His Grace will be joining us shortly. We are placing high hopes on your skills, Mr. Holmes. Do you bring news?
There is just one point on which I need to be satisfied.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
It concerns the Duke's private correspondence.
As His Grace's private secretary, perhaps I can be of some assistance.
I believe His Grace wrote to his son upon the day this incident occurred.
No, I believe he wrote on the day before.
Yes, but he would have received it upon that day.
Yes, quite probably.
Might there have been anything in that letter which would have prompted the boy to run away?
Oh, I hardly think so. Anyway, he would have run here, if anywhere.
Or to his mother in Italy?
No, sir. Lord Salter would realize the impossibility of achieving such a goal, even if abetted by this German. He is an intelligent and practical child.
And yet he cries in his sleep. Did His Grace post the letter himself?
His Grace is not in the habit of posting letters. The letter was laid with others upon the study table, and I myself put them there. The only other person who would handle them would be Rivers, who delivers the daily post to the lodge.
And you're sure this letter was among them?
Oh, yes. I observed it.
And what have you observed, Mr. Holmes? How does your investigation progress? Are you to disappoint me?
I hope still to render your Grace a happier and myself a richer man.
But what have you discovered?
It is mostly a matter of clarification. My belief is that the boy was tempted out of the school by a prearrangement, and I suspect that his mother may have been the bait. The German master observed his departure and set off in pursuit. We tracked the passage of his bicycle across the moors with much difficulty. It is almost as if the tracks were deliberately expunged by someone...
Mr. Holmes?
Someone driving cattle. You don't happen to know if the cattle on the moor...
What about them? I hope you have seen none. We cannot winter cattle outside in our upland climate. They will not be out of the yard for, at least another 2 weeks.
I have been as blind as a beetle. I thank your Grace. Old shoes and new nails! Old shoes and new nails!
Oh, there's something you should see.
It is a remarkable car that trots, canters, and gallops!
Did you see those horseshoes?
I saw them! The marauding parents of Poltergeist shot their horses with cloven horseshoes! Pressing detection! Reuben Hayes took advantage of a piece of local history! It's bad, Watson. Bad. Those vultures of the north mark the spot.
German master.
What's left of him? Hello! 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 Hello!
Skin and blood. Only a microscope would tell if it's human.
The consistent had out with the scratches on Hayes' neck.
Oh, yes.
Cause of death.
Strangulation. The larynx is quite crushed.
That shepherd can be our messenger to the Priory school with the news of this tragedy. We must proceed on foot, Watson. I was warm at that inn. Warm, as the children say. The trail grows colder every step I take away from it.
It's all over now, Arthur.